We were all cherry-cheeked anime fans at some point. Sadly, that time usually ends with a bang. It's time for bad anime shows to get what they finally deserve. No matter how many episodes or how bad it is, I'll prevail and beat them all. It's time for Undroppable. So like most guys who go out of their way to watch anime, I tend to look for tropes I like, such as guns, boobs, and boobs with guns. Fit that perfectly, even if the main lass is a lolly. But hey, there's grass on the pitch. So before the cops show up, let's talk about some mercenaries learning their trade in Aria the Scarlet Ammo. The art promotion for this show was awesome. Lots of guns everywhere, with some pro-looking guy that's obviously going to channel James Bond all over this show. The synopsis was right up my alley, with the promise of gunfights galore. And the trailers looked lovely as well. JC's staff looked at the time to be hitting something good way back in 2011. So before I go any further, time to bust out the trusty spoilers warning. So you know the drill, continue at your own risk. Not gonna lie, in the opening scene for this show, I almost shit myself with laughter. I mean, of all the ways to introduce the main hero, this is by far the silliest. As he's being chased down a street riding a bicycle, while being chased by a Segway with a machine gun taped to it. I'd have loved to have been in the boardroom when they discussed this scene, as it must have been magical. Then we get our first sight of Aria, and here is when it all begins to go wrong. I enjoy Rei Kugimiya as a voice actress, but this role is every other role she's ever done. The tired, old, lolly tsundere. Literally anyone else could have voiced this character, as Rei does nothing with it, and she just has to paint by numbers for her paycheck. But hey, maybe she gets better later on? If anything, she gets worse later. All she does is shout and complain when this guy goes out of his way to help her. I have no idea why he sticks with her. Anyone else would have left if they got treated like shit day to day. So for the first couple episodes, we get a lovely sort of cop mystery type novel, with our heroes looking for a killer targeting only the mercenaries, themselves included, which would have been amazing to follow if it was done better, but nope. Turns out that lass that knows everything and is really helpful, you know, the character that's always the bad guy in every cop movie ever, well, believe it or not, she was the killer all along. But she did it so the two mains would join together as a team so she could kill them, and she needed those two specifically, as Aria is a descendant of none other than Sherlock Holmes. And since she's Lupin's descendant, she will kill her and prove she's better than the original. Just one slight problem with all that. What was Aria's full name again? Oh, it's Aria Holmes Kanzaki. Not double-barreled. Holmes is her middle name, not her last name. And just a tip for the writer, that's not how fucking names work for being a descendant. Like, how do you even fuck that part up? When you make Milky Holmes look legit, then rethink your career, as writing ain't it. Oh, but somewhere down the line, the name must have changed via female into male marriage. Then why go to all the trouble of Aria being half English, having her live in England up until now, and having her sit in fucking Baker Street Station in the opening? Like, come on. Doing all that doesn't make me believe it any more than I believe that the clangers still live on the moon. And there's also magic in this show, as later we get characters like Jeanne d'Arc who can make shit freeze however she wants. No reason as to why or how, she just can. Along with this bitch that can not only do the same shit but for fire, but is also part of some elite Shrine Maiden assassination squad. But hey, a story can be saved with a good villain, right? As for all the story we get told about Vlad, and how badass he is, and how you shouldn't fuck with him, and how he's also unkillable, and other such rumours as that. But that will be fine until our final climactic scene, which is a gunfight with Vlad himself, who in fact is actually Vlad the Impaler, as well as a vampire werewolf that cannot die unless you hit him in 4 parts of his body at the same time. Just fucking no! Way to take your cop movie and turn it into a mix between Kill Bill and Blade. This show is 3 good episodes, and 8 episodes of shit with Aria being a bitch to Watson for no reason. Then this last episode, which I don't even know what the hell is. What's more sad about this show is that people actually defend it. Like, this mess is just plain dyed-in-the-wool bad that no one can make excuses for. It's not the studio's fault, this shit is purely on the writer. I have no idea why they made the story go in this direction, as it would have probably been alright the way it was going. But hey, at least I now have a show I can watch while drunk and baked to see if it makes any sense, as I've been lacking one of those in my life. For God's sake, don't go near this show. And to anyone that defends it, just why? You're better than this. Just go watch some To Love Ru if you want boobs. I know I sure do. And with that, I'll see you in the next Undroppable.